All right. Let's go. Let's do this. Okay. We're going to get ahead and we're going to turn this music off. I want you to hear me loud, like clear, fully and clear. I know it sounded good. You was loving it. Uh, Now, where's this list that I was talking about? Oh, there it goes. Account. The first thing we want to do is we want to set up an AWS account. All right? We want to set that up. Okay. Why do we want to set up an AWS account? What is AWS? Well, first, AWS stands for Amazon Web Services. And for those who did not know that Amazon did more than just, deliver packages. They just when you thought they did everything, well, yes, guess what? They do that too. They offer web services. Now, what are web services? What do you mean web services? Why does the web need services? Why do my website, or why does my website need services? Okay, what is a service? A service is something that does something for you, right? Like if I was to hire someone to mow my lawn, it's not that I don't know how to mow my lawn. It's just because I don't feel like it, and I got enough money to pay you to do it for me. So I'll do that. Not you, but whoever is willing to do it, and I got the money. Unfortunately, yes, guys, I mow my own lawn. Actually, it's not mine. I have a landlord, and actually I mow it for him, and he does pay me for that. But anyway, that's a service, right? Well, believe it or not, it's a lot of services that I can provide for a website. Or what I'm really trying to say is there are like thousands of reasons why you would need these different services. Okay? So that's just for if you don't know anything about the web or anything. This is what Amazon is for, and I'm going to make it really easier for you to understand what these web services are. It's a few. Okay, now once you set up this account, as you can see right here, I have up under it, number 2, IAM user. That is a web service right here. This is one of the services that they do provide. I won't go into detail on why you would need an IAM user as far as like go too deep, but the first reason why you would need the IAM user is so you won't have to always log in as your root user. And what I mean by your root user is exactly what is a root. Well, it is where everything begins. It is the like the root of the tree. If you cut off the tree all the way down to the trunk, that tree will actually grow back. It can grow back as long as the roots are still alive. But if you kill the roots of that tree is gone. There's no more. So the root user is the main user, right? The main user. He has access to everything, right? And what you want to do is create a IAM user who has limited access, or you can control access. You can give that IAM user, maybe that IAM user is yourself, and you want to give yourself all access, but you just don't want to log in as the root user because that information you like to keep secure, and you just don't want to just leak that information out. And the best way to avoid that is to use your IAM user. You can log in as a root all you want, anytime you want, but it's just not good practice too. So that's the main reason why you would create that user. But there's other things and other reasons why you would need this user. For instance, to give permission for, see, there I go. I'm going into deep. I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there because we need to move down here to EC2 instance. And basically, you're gonna give this user that you just created access to create what is called an EC2 instance. Now, I know if you don't really know anything about, computers, don't get nervous about by these fancy terms. Number one, it's really not fancy. It's three. It's actually EC and then 2. I don't even know what the 2 stands for, to be honest with you, but I'm pretty sure it's elastic container or elastic compute. Something. It's an elastic container. That's what it is, and it holds a computer inside of it, which is a virtual machine, or a server, or you could make it into a server. Basically, that's what it is. That you can use to host a website. So basically, this is where you would be hosting. This is where we're going to be hosting the website on. We're going to install a WordPress website on this machine. Just like I would install on my local machine a WordPress website. I can install that on my local machine. Instead of my local machine, I'm going to install it on AWS's local machine. You get what I'm saying? So they're gonna have a remote machine, but you're gonna have access to this machine, and that's the complicated part. That's the tricky part. That I'm not going to go into how you're going to access it. But that's where this comes in, security groups. And security groups is kind of like jolted in together with EC2, because as you create an EC2 instance, they generally will create a default security group for you. And the reason why I put it separate is because you will need to understand, if you want to get into AWS and really understand how it works and be able to do this yourself, you're gonna want to understand how this security group thing works. And it's very simple, y'all. It's very simple. It's very, very simple. It's not that complicated. This is really how you control access of what goes in and out of your network. Okay? This EC2 instance is going to be a part of your network, a very important key part of our network, since our WordPress website will be hosted on this network. So that's why AWS automatically gives you a default security group, because you need that in order to control the traffic, who has access to this EC2 instance, right? And I will go into that later, about SSH and how to log in to your EC2 instance. The next thing it's the next two things: DNS provider and Route 53. Okay, I know what you're thinking. Well, okay, how am I gonna host this website? Because I didn't really explain about the EC2 and how, I'm not gonna really. I'm gonna let the diagram, once I move on and break down the diagram, then I'll go into how this Route 53 and DNS provider. But just know that you're gonna need to set this up, and then you're gonna have to have a DNS provider. I'm with AWS. I have AWS pretty much everything. DNS provider, just to make things simple for me, I just use AWS, and I trust that because they've just been out longer. Trust me, I've done the math. I've researched it. Amazon compared to Google, if you compare Google to Amazon, I know this might be hard for a lot of people to believe. If they're Google everything, But if you just look it up, Google does not come close when it comes to Amazon and their services. It's just they don't come close. I was talking to someone and they said she said something of like, I only deal with developers that use, and she was in the AWS loft when she said that, which was weird. Like, I don't know, but she has some kind of startup that she was working out, and she has this website, and I was like, oh, so I was looking to see if I can help her somehow, maybe get a job, helping her out, or maybe just for free, just to get the experience, and but she was just like, well, I don't deal with developers who, I only deal with developers who work with Google, because most of something, no, she didn't say that. She said most developers deal with Google, work with Google because it's easier. That's what she said. And I was like, huh? I was like, well, I'm a developer and I use AWS and I feel like it's easier. I've used Google before. And to tell you the truth, neither one is easier. It's just which one are you going to take the time to learn how to use their system, their setup. That's it. But I'm not going to go into, but when it comes to reliability and compliance and all kinds of other stuff, if I was to go deep, AWS wins. If you was to compare them to, it's like comparing a dinosaur to an elephant. Yes, it's really that big of a difference. Okay, so that's why I said, trust me, AWS. Get your AWS account. It's free. All you got to do is have like $1 on your credit card, and that's it. And you're gonna use all the free stuff, right? So, and I'm gonna help you, and maybe there's ways to get additional free credits and things like that, and I'll help you with that. Yes, you can take a lot of surveys, and they'll give you free credits to use their stuff, and it'll all pay off. Where was I? Okay, Route 53. This is basically going where we're gonna do our hosting. That's how we're gonna host our website. DNS provider. That's basically where we're gonna get our domain name, like our www.whatever.com. That's what that's all about. SES, that's another Amazon Web Service. Now this you can do somewhere else. This, trust me, you can do somewhere else, but do it here. If you want more ultimate control over speed and everything, and like, let's say you wanted to pay someone else to help you out on your website, and who knows how to work with AWS, they're gonna be like, oh, good, we didn't even have to migrate you. You're smart. You are already prepared. Trust me, Route 53. Do not. I can't say that on YouTube. I can't say don't use somebody else's services. Route 53 hosting. Trust me. That's how we gonna do our hosting, y'all. Alright? Trust me. DNS provider, SES. This is simple email service. Now, it say simple email service. Nothing in AWS is simple, y'all. It ain't. Don't let them fool y'all. But it is. It is really simple, though. I mean, once you know how to, whatever. But that's why I put a half hour. Oh, yeah, by the way, I put some times, estimated times. Now, these times are estimated for, like, an expert who already knows what he's doing, and he's just rushing through everything, and he gets everything right the first time, and this is how long it takes. Realistically, double it, okay? As a matter of fact, quadruple it, because things happen. Trust me, okay? And that's especially if you're a beginner, quadruple it. Okay, SCS, CloudFront. But if you watch my videos and go through everything, what I'm about to show you, it's gonna be right. Okay, CloudFront. CloudFront, I'm still trying to wrap my mind around it, but the way I understand it is the way the name is CloudFront. It's like you fronting certain things. Like you fronting certain files on the cloud to people who are far away, right? Like, let's say you who are far off from your server. You have CloudFront where they have service all over, set up all over the world in different places, and I kind of lost my thought. But yeah, they have tournaments set up. Tournaments. My mind, video games all mixed up together. All right, CloudFront. Okay, yeah, they have these servers. Just imagine you got your EC2 server, and it's in Virginia, right? North Virginia, right? And then you have your customer who's trying to get to your website, and he's all the way on the other side of the world. Well, CloudFront will front him some of your website to him instead of him having to go all the way over here. Right? That's how I'm understanding this thing. Okay? I'm still gotta wrap my. I still, as you can see, I still got some more reading to do because the terminologies aren't there yet. But I can show you better than I can tell you. I do know how to hook it up. I already got my CloudFront hooked up with the load balancer, all of that. All right. S3 bucket. I gotta wrap my mind around that. Not really. I know it's a bucket. What do you do in a bucket? You put stuff in it. They call it a bucket because it's a storage bucket. You store files in it. So this is your storage system. This is like a backup, your ultimate backup storage system. Since we're gonna be hosting a website, we're gonna be working with two storage systems. We're gonna have a database, and then we're gonna have a bucket where we put heavy files and stuff in, and then we got a database that deals with a lot of data on our website, and it's going to communicate between, it's going to be in a network to where we can fetch files from our bucket, directly from our bucket, without even having to put them in the database. Like there's going to be some things that we're going to learn how to do that some of them I know how to do, some of them I haven't yet. But like I said, my number one gift is I can figure it out. And I can show you how to figure it out too. I can solve problems. Okay? And that's what this is all about. So, that, S3 bucket. RDS. This is what I do know a little bit about. This is relational database service. And basically, what is a relational database? I'm not going to explain all of that. It's not, because it's not even really important. What's important is the reason why I'm using this, and I'm about to explain this to you in a second, right? And then installing and configuring WordPress. These are all of the things that I'm basically going to be going over. This is going to be my first tutorial, my first online tutorial, and it's going to be completely free. I'm giving this away. I'm not trying to charge nobody nothing, because my thing is, once you see how complicated all of this is, you gonna be like, yo, that dude know what he talking about. I'm gonna pay him to handle my business. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't even gonna charge you arm and a leg. I'm definitely not gonna charge you a lot of money. We talking like $50. This step right here, $50. I get you set up for $50. Alright? That handles everything. I probably profit $42 because $12 is gonna go to your domain. So $42 will go in my pocket. Right now, that's what I'm offering. Okay, so I already know I'm gonna be busy in a minute once people realize what I'm giving away for $50. But you can do it yourself for free. I can show you how to do all of this. It ain't gonna cost you nothing to do it yourself. All right. So, now managing it, that's different. I would charge you a monthly payment. plan and try to work with you. Okay, I understand everything ain't everything, but we will work this out. I trust you, you trust me. We trust each other. It's a trust. We gotta build a trust. I'm tired of hearing people like, I don't trust nobody. Stop saying that. Stop saying that. Why you want to live in a world where you don't want to trust anybody? You put in evil in the air. Stop saying I don't trust nobody. I used to be like that. I used to say that. I used to be like, I don't trust nobody. Stop saying you don't trust nobody. You want to have somebody you can trust. Don't you want to live in a world where you can trust everybody? And I understand you can't trust everybody. We know that. But guess what? You can trust me. You can trust Tru Zillah. At least you can trust me with your website. Alright? And you ain't got to trust me. You know? At the end of the day, you ain't got to. But I'm gonna move on because I want to show you as we transition, I want to show you this diagram. And what you're looking at here, hold on, give me a second. I gotta drink some water. Oh man. That water's good. And then I'll put some limes in it too. Set it off. I do that for the electrolyte. I use distilled water and I put the lime in there and give you the electrolyte so that way you know. But okay. Now what we're looking at here is a diagram that I drew up. And as you can see, it's color coded. You have this pink for virtual machine, green for EC2 instance, and then the yellows says security group and VPC. Security group and VPC kind of go hand in hand together. They are not the same thing. For all of those know-it-alls out there who are watching this video and looking for me to slip up and say something stupid so you can complain and be like, oh, he's an idiot, don't listen to him, you can't trust him, he's lying. Security group and VPC are not the same thing, but it's kind of sort of in a same category because it's there for security and access purposes. I don't know everything there is to know about VPC. I'm not even I think it's a virtual private something. I'm not sure, but I do know you need this. We will go over these things, okay? We will go over these things. When we go over them, it's going to refresh me exactly what it is. I'm going to look over some notes, and this video is not intended for me to show you everything. It's to give you an idea of how the network that I built and am going to, it's not complete, but in building, it's set up. Okay, now it says EC2 instance, but really what this is an EC2 container. That's really what I should have put here. This is a key. The whole thing is an instance, right? But the green is what is a container. And the reason why I put that there is because inside this container you have the virtual machine. I didn't get into it, but I was talking to an expert, an AWS expert at the AWS loft upstairs, where they have this desk where they have, experts really not doing nothing because there's nobody really asking any questions until they see me, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm getting my free money's worth, right? Because this is free because believe it or not, it costs money to talk to these experts off the clock. In other words, if you ain't at the loft and you go on their site, guess what? They charge you to get help to learn how to use their services. That's how, man, I'm telling you, that's how big this is. That's why what I'm giving y'all, people pay thousands of dollars for, I'm giving free. I kid you not. You ain't gotta believe me, but it's true. Why am I doing it? Why? Because I don't care. This is what I do. You know, I want to do something like that. I want to do something good. All right. And it's not gonna matter because I'm gonna get paid for what I already have a model. Okay, just trust me. All right. Now, what you're looking at here now, I hope you can see this. It's really kind of, these words here are kind of small, so I'm gonna read them out to you when we get to it. But all right, let's get to this network right here. Obviously, this is the internet, right? This is the point where everybody interconnect, right? Everybody is meeting up to and browsing to find some website, right? You have the Google browser, you have the Bing browser, you have other browsers, Yahoo, all these other browsers. I don't know. I use Google, Firefox, and pretty much that's it. I don't even use Bing. And Bing is good. I like Bing. I used to use Bing, but I just don't have. It's like, okay, just give me a browser that works in man. You know, how many browsers am I going to use at one time, right? Let's just say we got one browser that we're using, and we're on the internet, and we're searching, right? And we type in something, and then a list of websites pop up, blah 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 blam, right? That's what the internet does. Well, guess what? When that happened, and let's say your website is, let's just assume that your website is at the top of the list, right? They didn't type in your address. It's going to connect to, okay, my bad. I'm not even going to get into that because then I have to explain about SEO and all of that, search engine opt. I'm not going to get into that. Let's just say you know exactly where you're going, and you want to go to ubiosoftware.com, right? That's my website, ubiosoftware.com. How do you spell it? You'll see. You type that in, and then how do you get to my website? Well, this is showing you how you're going to go here, zoop through the Route 53, zoop, and then it's going to send a signal to my Apache server saying, yo, I want to see those files on there. I have access because I have the web domain, and I'm officially, this is the way I supposed to, get to your website. I typed in the right address, and that means I have access, right? And because I have given the permission for HTTP and HTTPS access to my website, and you will automatically always be redirected to HTTPS, which is the most secure network portion of the website, right? Or virtual host or whatever. I'm not gonna go into that, but all right, okay. So, and now this is my Apache server that I drew up, and it goes there, right? And well, that's where it's gonna grab those files. And as you can see, I have the WordPress blog files here, and I have them wired to there, giving it permission to, I had to give it permission to, the Apache server had to get permission to read those files, of course. And then it's, fed right back. That signal or those files are shot and fed right there, and boom, you can see them, right? That's how you get access them. You access them. You're seeing what's on this server, this Apache server, whatever that Apache server is showing. I know I'm not explaining this like the technical way. I'm explaining this the dummy way, because I'm kind of sort of like dumb in when it comes to terminologies, right? I know terminologies, but I don't really prefer terminology. I prefer my own way of understanding this, and it works for me, and it might help other people who don't really. But you can picture it. It's going here, it's going there, it's going there, and you notice that I have this yellow line because it has to be inside this security group. It cannot be outside this security group. If if it didn't have access, if I didn't give this the internet access right here at this point and said no HTTP, no HTTPS or no HTTP can come through, no public traffic, because that's public traffic, can come through this barrier right here. Everything would block. You would type in my web address and it would say unavailable. It wouldn't say internet, something's wrong with your internet. It's gonna say website is unavailable. It won't even give you a 404 error. It's just gonna say this is restricted. You have no access. Access denied. You've been denied access. So that is the importance of this group. You control access at this point. So that's why they give you that. And everything is all about this security group. And sometimes you have to link things together and connect services, like maybe RDS service using VPC. See, that's that, and VPC. What I understand is, and I'm going to elaborate more and understand more about that, but it actually connects, your database to your EC2 instance. And that's what I know you're looking at. Well, what is this here? Right? Well, this is actually how I have it set up right now. Right? This is how I have it set up on another website of mine. But this is how I have my Uberyo software set up on purpose, kind of, sort of. I left it like this on purpose because I wanted to do a tutorial on this and show you the difference. And because I wanted to learn how to migrate. It would be a good opportunity to learn and show you what I've learned on how to migrate, because I have data on this database that I want to move over here before I completely remove the database, or just keep it there and just not use it, whatever. Don't need it to optimize that. I probably just remove it. But it says it is not good use. It is not good to use MySQL database directly on the instance. What if we need to replace this instance in the future? Okay, so if you don't know this, WordPress uses a MySQL database. And what that is a place where you want all your users' information to be stored at, like their email, maybe they have some photos that you gave them permission to create a profile and have a profile picture, or like a background photo. Maybe you have a website where you want your users to interact, or maybe you don't. Maybe it's just a simple website where you do need okay, let's say you're just selling stuff, but you still need that database to store all of those items, like those photos and the prices. Every bit of information is going to be pretty much seen on your WordPress site is going to need to be I keep losing my thoughts. But every sort of data that is going to be on your WordPress website is going to be stored in your database, right? And the reason why I'm saying this is, okay, it says you don't want to have it stored directly on the instance. What if we need to replace this instance in the future, right? Okay, yes, my point exactly. I had issues in the beginning when I was learning how to set up the EC2 instance. I didn't do everything correctly the first time. And sometimes I had to get rid of the EC2 instance and then start a new one. And guess what? All of the database data on that EC2 instance was lost. So that was like, oh boy. So then I talked to an expert, and he showed me how I could, extract the data from the actual instance, like get everything, basically get this machine, all the data and everything installed in this machine, basically a copy of this machine, not an Omni, not a I'm not getting into the Amazon machine image yet, but basically a volume. And each EC2 instance has a volume on it, right? And it has like some type of volume ID, right? And you take that volume ID and you copy it, right? You copy the volume that's stored in the volume, and you mount it onto a new EC2 instance, right? And then once you do that, you can get rid of the old EC2 instance, and then now boom. But doesn't that sound like a whole lot of work? That's very complicated, right? That's just like, oh man, why go through all of that when I could just say scratch all of this, and I can have my database sitting outside of the EC2 instance, wrapped in its own container, some kind of virtual container, right? And have it connected, right? And that way, guess what? I can also connect another EC2 instance or another EC2 instance to the same database and have them, which I mean, if I want to, or I can just get rid of this, put another one, and guess what? All my data is still there because my data is going right to my, for the most part. Now the installation and all of that's another cookie. We'll get into Omni. Those are Amazon machine images. What another thing is, what you do is you want to back up. What you do is you take a snapshot of this EC2 instance, and you can launch that Omni as another instance, and it will just basically be a copy of this whole thing with everything in it. It'll be like a whole new server with all the same data, same database that was stored on it, everything, same thing. But that's not, that's not a reason to not have this set up. You have to have this set up. If you're gonna do WordPress, this is a must. Trust me. Do it this way. Trust me. Have the relational database service. It costs money in the long run. It will cost money, but it will save you a lot of money and time in the long run, and a headache, and it's just a better setup. Trust me. All right, the security group controls who and what can access the network. VPC, I think that controls what accesses the network. Now, who, just what? The security group controls who and what and whatever and everything. Anything coming in and out, it controls that. I think. I mean, there's levels to this, but for the most part, that's what it is. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know to have this set up, is how to put this whole network together, which is not really that hard. The Route 53, I will be getting into this. This says this is where we create and store records to grant control access to the server. So basically, where you're going to be, doing your text updating your text records and things like that, you would do that right here in your Route 53. If you're smart, you just go ahead and do your DNS with AWS, so that way everything is fast. Because if you use another DNS provider, man, it could take a day or two just for things to propagate, depending on where you're at in the world. So if you're using AWS, and you don't have anything set up, just start out with AWS. Everything is free anyway. The only thing you have to pay for is the domain, and that is $12. Unless they decide to go up, it's just $12, and it's $12 a year. Period. Point blank. That's nothing. Everything is free tier starting out. It's not like you got loads of traffic going on. So yeah. So that explains that. Now, as earlier when I was talking about, well, how do you access all of this stuff? You know, how do I get into my machine and install this thing? Well, let's say this local machine here represents my laptop, right? On my laptop, if I'm with Windows, which I have now, which is not my preference, I usually have Linux, but I'm not going to get into all of that, why I'm not using my other laptop and how it got brought up. Anyway, but the slow behind machine that I'm working on is Windows, and I had to download an Ubuntu. That's spelled Ubuntu. Ubuntu. That's how you pronounce it. It's a excuse me. Drink some water. Piece of dust got in my throat. Okay. Throat got a little dry. Okay, basically it's a Linux distribution called Ubuntu. You can download that app on the Windows Workshop. You can Google which one. Just type Ubuntu and you'll find it. You download that. Believe me, I will go through all of that. Basically on your local machine, if you have Linux, fine. If you already have Linux, you don't even have to watch this video. You probably already can figure everything out for yourself. Because I'm a Linux guy, and I know if you know Linux, if you already have a Linux machine and you know the Linux bash, you already know about SSH, and you should. You should. If not, then basically, and for those who don't know, you will SSH into your Linux machine, and that is controlled, as you can see in the graph. The yellow is blocked. Everything is being blocked by yellow, because the only way you can get in there is if I go in my AWS account and say, hey, this grant access, grant TC, I think it's TCP. I could have been wrong. I was supposed to double check to make sure that this was right, but actually I think that is wrong. It's not TCP. It's something else. It's a different acronym. But anyway, on port 22, basically what port 22 is it's a common port that you would use for EC2 for SSH. And basically what SSH is, it allows you to access a server from remote. So I would open up, for instance, matter of fact, I'm going to show you. I'm going to just go ahead. Okay, what's going on? Why is stuff loading going on? I ain't hit nothing to load. Stupid. Where's my mouse? Okay, I'm about to show you right now. Okay. Okay, now I'm not gonna show you my IP address and how, log in simply because it might be some nerd in here that knows how to and then hack into my stuff, and I don't want that to happen, right? But oh yeah, let me go ahead and switch to TV. Go ahead and transition. All right. Now this is basically what you would download if you're using Windows. You're looking for an icon that look kind of like this, and this is as you can see, I don't know if you can see that, but oh no, it just says Tru Zillah. But yeah, I created as user Tru Zillah. That's me at Paul, and basically it's like a Linux kernel thingy on your machine that allows you to, I don't think I'm using the right terminology. Linux kernel, because it's not really. It's just a bash terminal. That's what it is. It's a bash terminal, and it allows you to type in Linux commands, install Linux stuff, but not really, because you don't have the kernel, because you can't really install certain software and it actually work, because it's not gonna work. Windows is not gonna know how to like, I tried it, install Bluefish editor, and it just not gonna work. Trust me. But you can do things like sudo change back. All right. Okay. I don't know why it's going so slow, and why I should have to put in my password. Because I put sudo. And basically, what sudo is, it says command not found. Yeah, because that's not, you're not. Sudo is for like, let's say, let me change back to my root folder. Okay, CD, that stands for change directory. Directory is a folder, right? That's basically what a directory is, a folder. Okay, a folder with stuff in it, right? A folder, it could be a folder with files in it. It could be a folder with folders. Usually it's a folder with folders in it, all right? Okay, so the root directory is, like I talked about earlier, the root is the root. It's like the beginning, right? Okay, and what did I want to do? I wanted to show you. Okay, I'm just gonna change back to home, because I forgot what I was talking about. What I wanted to show you, because really I'm off topic right now anyway. I don't even know why I'm doing this, but change to home. I just changed back to my home folder. I'm gonna change to, okay, yeah, Tru, back to Tru Zillah, and then, you know, and okay, there we go. All right, basically in this folder, I would have my files, right? I would have some security files in this folder, and I would SSH into that folder. Now, I'm not going to show you exactly what commands. Let's see here, because it has my IP, it has my, information to actually SSH into it. But once we go over showing you how to, I'll actually show in detail, and actually you can watch videos on it and documentation if you really want to know right now. It's not hard to find out. I'm gonna press enter, and I did. Okay, yeah, I was gonna show you what sudo was, and basically it's for something like this. Now I'm logged in to my server. I just typed in some commands that were pretty much given to me by AWS. I didn't have to memorize them, and boom. Now that I'm in my server, now when I press change list, or change, oh, not my bad. When I press list, it lists all the folders that are in my remote server. See how it says Ubuntu? Let me make it bigger, because I don't think you can really see this that good. Let me go to properties. Well, actually, it still has that IP address anyway, so it's like big deal. But I guess if they know that, it doesn't matter, because it's the same IP address as the website, really. So it's not like they're getting stuff. As long as you don't see that key file, which really, I don't know. I think I'm safe. Don't know. Ain't nobody gonna rob me like that, right? I hope not. God is gonna protect. I got faith. Okay, so I'm trying to make the font even bigger. All right, correct. All right, font is even bigger. Oh my gosh, this might be too big. But at least you could probably see it better. Nah, that's just too big. I can't work like that. I can't even concentrate. Like, how is it gonna be that big? And let me clear my throat. There we go. Back to 28. Okay, that's big enough. Yeah. Now you can see I'm in this system. It says Ubuntu. Got the IP address. If you type that IP address, I think it takes you to my website. Believe it or not, that IP address would take you to my website. Now, if I wanted to update it, I can update it like this: sudo app update. And these are Linux these are bash commands that I'm typing in. And I'm the only reason why I remember how to do this is because after a while, after doing it a lot, it just gets very like you just remember how. I mean, it's riding a bike after a while. Sudo app upgrade. It's probably gonna say everything is everything is updated because I just finished updating it. Let's see. That's basically how you get into it. How do you install WordPress? In here. How did I install it in here? I think the file. What file did I use? Did I put it in? Yeah. That folder I just created earlier. It's not in there. Snap. Nah. I think I deleted it. I think I made it a temporary folder and deleted it or something like that. The folder. But yeah, I just right from here. There's commands that you can type in that's gonna, and you don't have to worry about memorizing it. I haven't memorized this stuff. It's just you go and I will show you how to search and how to learn how to figure these things out. And you just copy the command, put it in. Go to the next command, copy, put it in. Make sure you do everything step by step. Make sure you write things down and keep record of what you're doing. So that way, if you have to go back, you won't be like me and have to start all over. It's like you have to relearn it all over again because it's not something that you do every day. Okay, so let's move on. That was, excuse me. That was basically, that was basically an illustration on how yeah, that was an illustration on how to get into your EC2. I'm sorry, I'm trying to do something and talk. I'm not good at that. All right, so we understand that we can access this. This is possible. It's easy. It's not hard. We can access this. We can install. As long as we can access this, we can do whatever we want. We can install stuff in it. We can mess stuff up and give ourselves a headache trying to figure out what we did wrong and just, oh my gosh, like me, I've done it so many times. But it won't happen to you because I made all the mistakes for you. Isn't that? I made all of those mistakes. So just understand that this Apache thing, you don't have to understand its whole diagram, but just understand that this is a network. Right? Now you automatically see that, wow, if I was to try to build my website on now if you was to go to like GoDaddy or something, you don't have to worry about Route 53. At this point, all you have to do is worry about downloading and installing something that will install on their EC2s, right? And you just work on your WordPress website, basically. Well, guess what? I'm basically saying I'm gonna be your GoDaddy, right? I'm saying that I will actually do all of this stuff for you. This AWS stuff for you, and I will show you how I can do it for you without getting into your pocket, without knowing your credit card information or anything. You just give me access to certain features in your AWS account, and I show you how. and I do everything for you. And of course, because I would have installed the information for you, I know you're thinking, well, what's in it for you? Because after you do the work, how would, what if I didn't want to pay you? Well, of course, I would have the keys to, certain access to certain things that even if you was to block me out of your AWS service, you would still be like, well, I don't know how to access this because only, that would be the only way I would be able to make sure I get my money, right? Is if I had some way to like disable the website if I wasn't gonna get anything, But I don't have to worry about that. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be dealing with people who would be willing to, just people that I can trust. But for the most part, it's very simple to do. But for those who are trying to do it themselves, don't worry. I will show you how to do this on your own for free. And before I even get into showing you how to do it on your own for free, I will actually give you references on how you could because it's gonna take me time to get through these videos. Not that long. What's today? Today Wednesday or Thursday? Tomorrow, I'm gonna get most of the stuff done tomorrow. So, matter of fact, I'm gonna do it all day tomorrow and just get the whole thing done. Cause looking at my, looking at hold on, let's see. Oh, why is basically I'm trying to look at this. Okay, 15 hours. Oh no, there's no way I'm gonna be able to cover 15 hours worth of work in 8 hours. And installing WordPress. What I can do is go over now AWS. I could knock that out all in a day. Installing this basically. What I could do is, if you look at this diagram here, what I could do is knock out this whole thing. Now, the Road 53, that takes time to just do. So what I would do is I would actually find another video and refer you to that video, right? And on far as how I would go about doing that. But the EC2, all of that, yeah, I could set that up in a day. WordPress, yeah, I could set that up in a day. WordPress takes a while to really get installed properly. I can install it real quick, but for it to be right and no hiccups, it takes time. And I will be going over that. There's a guy on YouTube that where I actually learned a lot of stuff about WordPress from, who I will refer you to. He has really good videos. But like I said, this is an intro video. This is an introduction saying welcome to my show. Please be ready to get a lot of information from me. Like I said, this is a network that I designed myself. I'm pretty sure people have other networks that are similar to this one, but I'm going to be adding more things to it. As you can see, I don't even have CloudFront showing in this. When I did this diagram, I don't even think I had CloudFront hooked up to my website, but I do. Speaking of my website, why not show you right now what we're talking about and what we have in store, because we do have some work on our hands. What I mean is, okay, I hate when I do that. What I mean is, what we have here is the dashboard. So if you watch my video long enough, you follow me, and about a couple of weeks, I will have you set up. And if you're watching it a month from now, and then of course you would already see a list of all my videos and the tutorials for them. And then yeah, but like I said, this is, if you do that, this is what you will have. You will have basically all of this. Now, I know this looks like a lot of plugins, and it is. It's a lot of plugins, and that's nothing. That's nothing. It can get worse, but this is all you really need. As you can see, I have AWS, text to speech, translate, podcast, Alexa integration. Don't believe me? Don't believe that it's integrated? Because once when you install this plugin, right? You install that AWS plugin. If you don't have everything configured, guess what? In AWS, this plugin is not going to say this. It's not. This is not even going to come up. It's going to say, please, deal with your AWS credentials. So this is all set up. CloudFront, I have that. That's set up too. My CloudFront is set up. Now it's slow because my computer's slow, and I got all this other stuff going on. Now there's other things that I do need to do to speed this website up. There's some more optimization that I need to do. Now that says initiate and everything, but it's already done. It's already done. Matter of fact, if you don't believe me, it's where people don't be believing me. They don't be believing me. They don't think I know what I be talking about. I don't even know why it's going through all of that, because I already done did all of this. It's saying put these C names on here and check your records. Just check. Check it anyway. That's weird, because I set this up. What's going on? It might be something that I missed. But I'm pretty sure I spent time on this, setting this thing up, making sure it was right. Because it was really, it don't take that long, but it was something that I did, it was something I did earlier on my AWS end that interfered with the plugin with the check. I had duplicate records, and somehow that threw it off. But I think, I don't know, these C-name records, I don't think I should be having these streamed like this. But anyway, that's another thing. CloudFront takes a while to like I said, I think I put an hour, like 2 hours to set that thing up. I don't remember what I put on there. Let's see. And why I just did that, I don't know. Yeah, I put an hour, but really, man, that thing could take 4 hours, man. Because it takes time just for it to build. Like once you set it up, just for it to compile, basically. That takes time. But this is basically what a WordPress website looks like in the dashboard. And those records could be stolen. I just thought about that. I gotta edit that. I gotta clip that video. It's alright, I'll just clip it. But what I was saying was, the thing about this website is you have everything you need. Jetpack, site kit, all of this stuff. I spent a lot of time, making sure right. Oh yeah, this is what I wanted to show you. They got this new thing where they got a site health status with WordPress that they added. And as you can see, mine says it's good. And that's basically the reason why I didn't start the video Monday, because I was spending that long up until you see I'm doing the video now. I had up until that long spending time getting what I'm trying to show you. And to go to tools, site health. Trying to make sure that I pass this site health check. And that is another thing that I'm going to help people do. Like stuff that takes time, things that you looking all over the web and you still ain't find no answer for it. And then here you just try one, maybe I should just try this, and then you like, what the all of this time I spent doing this. And so I even updated my curve. I did things that were good. I learned things that were good, but I didn't even have to do it. Trying to fix a problem that was so easy to solve. All I had to do was deactivate and delete one plugin that I didn't even need. I was using it to debug something else from another problem I was trying to fix. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm saving y'all time. If y'all just listen to me and watch my show, I'm saving you time. If you trying to build a website, right, from scratch, and you don't know nothing about HTML, or you just know a little bit about HTML and CSS, stop it. Do it this way first. Build you a website that's already basically prepackaged for you. And all you have to do is modify it and deal with the content management end of it. And then start learning about HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Because if you take those courses out there, you're learning it backwards. You're not getting nowhere. You're not getting no progress done. You're not getting no projects done. Look at me. I ain't got no projects done. Because I'm course after course. Just do it. Just do it. Just start doing it. Just start building it. And I'm showing you how to do it. And if not, you got $50. I'll do it for you, and bam, this is what $50 will get you. This is what $50 will get you. I'm gonna press visit. I'm tired of talking. Y'all don't listen or believe somebody until you see it. And I'm the same way. I need proof. You should be like that. Now it says we work amazingly with Amazon Web Service. Who is we? Me, myself, and I. And the Lord that's with me. That's who we is. Our understanding to compete and produce modern web solutions in today's virtual economy is not the only thing that sets us apart from everyone else. It is our ability to assist small businesses while providing a big business approach to having an effective online presence. Now, I don't know what's going on with this theme. Ever since they updated it, I guess they added that there. But lucky for me, I know how to go in the back end and fix that. I'm gonna deal with all these issues. Yeah, it's some kind of rendering issue going on with this theme. I said I was going to switch this theme up anyway. I still like it though. Yeah, I'm using somebody else's theme that's free. I ain't paying for the upgraded version. Sorry. You can if you want to, but I'm not going to do that. I like to mess with stuff, I like to take things apart, put them back together. I'm that kind of person. So I get fun out of just taking something that's free that somebody built and then kind of like tinkering it up with, and and make it in my own, branch it. You get what I'm saying? And that's what I do. But back to what I was saying, this is what you get. You get access to all of this. You can use now the images. I had to go and get some free images from Pexul.com. Same thing you could do. There's some other sites that you can go to. Now CloudFront's supposed to accelerate my website. Apparently, it's something slowing my website down. I'm thinking it's probably because I'm streaming. It's probably because I'm streaming. Because really, my website is pretty fast. It's actually really fast, especially on mobile. And that's what it's intended for, people, mobile. But what you're getting is this. You're getting an optimized website. It's fast. It doesn't appear fast because of my daggone computer is slow and my streaming is slow. But it's believe me when I say that this thing, it works. It works fast. Especially once you have CloudFront, all of that hooked up. Once I have all of that hooked up for you. Yeah, it's because I'm streaming. It's not this slow. Matter of fact, I'm about to go on my phone right now and look it up. Or you could look it up yourself on your device and see for yourself whether my website works or not. Now, I know that it's not populated. I threw a little stuff on here. You can see this is my old address. None of this stuff is up to date. On this site, it has like this image. It's a lot of stuff that needs to change as far as design. I spent a lot of time on the back end, and this is another reason why I'm telling you to trust me on this when it comes to dealing with this stuff, because I spent so much time on the back end. As you see, I ain't had no time. Look at this. I don't know none of these people. These pictures, I gotta change this. This ain't got nothing to do with my business. I mean, they do. That's why I picked this theme. But this is not Ubio software. This doesn't represent this. This does. The top part does. But down here, WooCommerce, Ready, Lords, you can't even read that. Don't be like me. You trying to do stuff yourself, and then all of a sudden you find out, man, what I'm doing, I might as well scratch the business I was about to start and make this a business. And that's what happened. Don't be like me. Follow your dream business. It started out, I was supposed to be building an app, a music app. And then the next thing you know, I'm a computer science nerd. Don't be like me. Just listen to me and let me help you out is what I'm trying to help you, get the grasp on. But okay, yeah, let me type this in just to make sure, because I can show you from my phone what I'm talking about. And that's another thing. You can do it yourself, but is your website going to be responsive? What does that mean, a responsive website? Well, is it going to respond to different devices? If it's on a TV, is it going to look good versus on the desktop? And then on the mobile, is it going to change and respond to that device's size? Well, guess what? Look at that bad boy. Hold on, I don't know. You might not be able to see that because I got the colors. And matter of fact, let me go ahead and do that. Let me go ahead and blow this up a little bit. Blow that up, and then go to the. Oh no, I gotta just give me 1 second here. Go to this filter here. Take this thing off. And then, oh man, exit out of here. Goodness, man, how in the world did that happen? I don't know. Like, how did it exit out the page? What did I do? You know? Okay. All right. Bang. I had to back up the light. Look at that. That's the mobile. That's the mobile. Let me click on something. Show you how fast this thing is. Cause my computer's already slow, and showing you while I'm streaming ain't gonna work. Hold on, I gotta make it to where you can see. Man, it's so bright. Man, hold on. I'm trying to see it. Oh, it's because of the white. All right, let me click it and make sure I got it to where you can see it. See how fast it turned to that? I just clicked it. Told you mobile is faster though. See that? Clicked it. Just clicked it. None of this stuff takes time to load. This is a fast site. It's already got cloud from all of that. It's fast. If I put more stuff on it, it ain't gonna slow it down because I got stuff called load balances and things like that going on. Like, now there is a rendering issue I'm seeing here, but that's probably the plugin. They updated the plugin, and then now I have a rendering issue. See, this is why I prefer to do things like be able to go in the back end and fix that, because I can fix that. That's an easy problem to fix. I'm gonna fix that later. But it just started yesterday. I started noticing that. But yeah. It's hard, but you can go to your site and see it yourself. Ubio software. That's U as in umbrella, B as in boy, E as in everyone, Y as in yellow, O as in O, right? Ubio. That's Ubio. It means you be you. You be yourself. Software. Ubio software. So that's the name of it. I'm throwing this filter back on because I ain't even shaved, and you can see that. And I just think it looks cute. No HOMO. Oh man, that whole time y'all ain't see none of that. My bad. Let me just go back. Oh shoot. Now, my bad. I ain't get none of that on camera. My bad. I was looking in the wrong screen. You couldn't see none of that. Let me go back to taking off the filter. Oops. Let me go back to take that off. All right. So basically, you see here, that's the mobile. It's hard to see because of the light. Maybe, yeah. Okay. Click that, press the about button, and it goes right to it. Goes right to about button. About. Press contact. I don't think I pressed it. Yeah, it goes right there. It's right there. It's right there. It took like 2 seconds. A little less than 2 seconds. Like a second and a half. Boom. And then once your browser is already in your browser, it's gonna go even faster than that. Like, boom. Go back to home. Hold on, I pressed the wrong thing. And that's how the animation just scrolls. Look at that. Nice and smooth animation sliding through. And this is a demo out of the box theme that I ain't even get to play around with. So there you go with that. I didn't even get to play around with that. Didn't even get to play around with that yet. So as you can see, I have a lot going on with just my presentation, my company's presentation website. I have a lot going on. In other words, I have a lot of work to do, and improving this, updating this, getting this thing to be professional and ready for me to start making some money. As you can see, I ain't making no money with this kind of presentation, you know. But after doing this video, it has reminded me of a lot of things I need to do. It has encouraged me to do a lot, get these things done. And I'm thanking you for giving me the opportunity to present this information to you. Thanking YouTube. Thank God for giving me the opportunity to present this information to anyone who's willing to learn it. There's so many things that I won't be able to cover. I won't be able to touch up on. But at the end of the day, I feel like I'll at least be able to help those who are entrepreneurs who want to build their own business, build their own online presence platform. I'll at least be able to help them with their website. And that's just the main thing. If you want help with your website, I can help you. If you want to build it yourself, I can help you with that. If you want me to build it or want me to help point you in the right direction on who to get built, maybe it's something that I'm like, yo, that's too much for me. I can't do all that. But I do know who can. I know where you need to look. I know what you need to get what you want done. Maybe I might not have it, but I might know somebody who do. But in the introduction I just presented to you, I definitely have everything it takes to at least get you started. And that's the most important part. Getting started. And I can get you started quickly. I can get you started very fast. Because once I break things down to you, you're going to realize that this network that I built is very duplicatable. In other words, in AWS, it allows me to create what you call an AMI template or a network template, so to speak. A network template. In other words, I can actually copy my entire network and reuse it for someone else's. Of course, it's not going to have the same ID, this, that, and the third, but it'll be the same network setup, the same diagram that I built you. I can copy and paste that somewhere else. And most of the work is already done for me to speed things up. So that's why I will be able to get it done for you faster, because I already have things pretty much done. I have my notes. I have, references. I know what documents to look for. I know what to browse for. I can get it done in one day. Tops. Literally I can get it done in one. All of this stuff that I told you, it's 15 hours. I can get it done. Now I know you're like, Dad, man, that's a long time to be just doing all of that, but with my setup, I can get that done in less than 15. I can get it done in 8. Get you all set up in 8 hours. That's why I can charge you $50. Can you get it done in 8 hours? Nah. I couldn't get it done in 8 hours when I first started. You want to know how long it took me to get Ubio software up and running? Do you want to really know? 2 weeks. 2 weeks to get that bad boy up and running on my own. That's without no GoDaddy, where they everything is automated and you just clicking mouses and you ain't gotta know nothing. But you know what happens when you have a problem? When you run into an error and you call them and then they send you to, then they be like, hold on, I know who can fix that. We gonna have to send you to tech support. Then they send you to tech support. Guess what? Tech support don't even know how to fix that problem. They gonna be like, well, we don't cover that and what we just do, but we do have a development team that you can call. And guess what? They gonna They gonna want you to pay that moosha. They gonna want you to pay that money. Exactly. It's all a setup scheme to get you to come out the pocket. And it ain't gonna be $50. By the time you realize it, you already done gave them about $100. They done sold you on, yeah, you got $2 hosted, this, that, and the third. This hosting or whatever. And I ain't trying to say don't do them. Don't trying to throw back. I used to use them. But don't use these companies that's just going. You gonna have a website. Oh yeah, you gonna have a website, but it ain't gonna be right. It ain't gonna be right. It ain't gonna be right. And I ain't trying to discourage you. I'm trust me. It ain't going. I've been there. It ain't gonna be right. You gonna be scratching your head like, man, why it ain't right? I done did this. I done did everything, man. You gonna be, might be praying. Like me, I was praying, God, please, why everything I try, everything, man. It just seems like everything, it don't even matter. Even the computer won't even help me. It's like the devil was in the computer. He possessed everything to make it work against me. Like, that's how insane working on my website can make me. And I gave up like 1,000,000 times. But I'm resilient. I wake up and be like, nah, bump that. I ain't going out like that. I'm bouncing right back. But I do know where my niche is, or niche, however you want to say that. And it is helping people not make my mistake. Don't be like me and try to do it all yourself. Right? And then I don't want to be like the next guy and tell you, oh, well, you can call a fever and call somebody and get it done cheap, because his experience ain't gonna be your experience. You can go on the fee and then try to get somebody to do it. They don't even do a good job. Do what you want because it's cheap, right? Or maybe they will. Who knows? But I don't know them. Guess who I know? I know me. I know what I know. And I know that, man, you can get set up quickly and get set up right. And you ain't trying to do what I'm trying to do. Like the stuff that I'm going to do, hook up, the way I'm hook my website up, like all of my videos that I put on YouTube, you're going to be able to watch them on my website. And it's going to look good. And it's going to stream good. And I know you're going to be like, man, how you going to be able to afford all of that? AWS, man. AWS. It ain't free. But it's worth it. By the time I'm worrying about, oh, man, the streaming data and not costing me money, I'm already be paid. Okay? I'm not worrying about that. I just worry about right now. And right now, I done broke it down. So that's the intro. And tomorrow, and I'm sorry that I got started late, but like I said, getting started is the hard part. And that's what I'm trying to help y'all guys do. I'm trying to help y'all get started. I'm trying to help y'all get started. The same way I'm starting, I'm trying to help y'all get started. Y'all wanna have your own website. I get it. Y'all don't want to pay all that. You don't want to pay me $500. You don't want to pay me $100. You don't even want to pay me $50. That's what I got to charge. I'm sorry, $50. It was going to be $62 just so I can pocket $50. But instead I said $50, and guess what? I cover everything. That covers your domain. That covers everything. The only thing you got to do is log on to your WordPress site and start uploading photos to it and hooking it up the way you want to. And guess what? If you that lazy and if you got money like that, Not a lot of money. If you got like, how much would I do this for? I don't even know. I ain't gonna put myself out there like that, cause I might say, oh, I'll do this for $60 a month, and then you want me to jump through all kinds of hurdles for that little $60 a month, and I might be like, man, I can't do all of that, man. This is a whole team type of work. I'm gonna have time to do my show, man. No. I'll set you up for $50, right? I'll set you up for $50, so that way I can keep on doing my show, and I can keep setting everybody up, hooking everybody up for just $50, and that's it. And if you don't want to do that, you can do it yourself and just watch my video. If you don't want to watch my video, watch somebody else's video and how they do it, because there's other people that got other videos. But I promise you, when it comes to AWS, you gonna run into a lot of videos you ain't even gonna understand what they saying, because they sound quality is poor. They barely speak English. It's gonna be an Indian dude. No offense to the Indians or nothing, but they be like, I be like, bro, you smart, excellent video, but I ain't understand hardly 2 words you said, man. Or that's all I heard was 2 words. They I don't know, man. They just that's what it be sounding like to me. Then I be like, man, I might as well just go to the document and read the document. Then I learned, oh snap, that's the fastest way to learn. Just go to the document and read it. Type in what you want to know, go to the document. Go to whatever you trying to learn. Go to the source of where it comes from. Like if you trying to learn Java, go to who makes that language. Go to their documentation and study that. If you don't understand the documentation, then you look at a YouTube video and then say, how do I understand? I don't understand documentation. How do I interpret this documentation? Somebody gonna explain it to you how to interpret it. And once you can understand and interpret the documentation, simple. They're instructions, and you take those instructions and you apply them to whatever you need them for. That's how you learn. That's how you figure things out. That's how I figure things out. I don't go to no course. I don't take no college course. If it ain't free, I'm not paying for it. I'm sorry. I will have my own course and charge you money for it, right? But I'm not going to pay for your course. I'm sorry. That's just me. That's me. I'm not paying for a course. I'm not going to pay for knowledge. That's just me. I can't do it. Now, matter of fact, I don't even think I'm against that. I'm not going to charge you to teach you something. Now, I would charge you to do something for you. You want me to do it for you, then we can talk business. But you want to learn, man, go watch my tutorial. Go watch this. And then I ain't taking nothing from nobody that got tutorials, courses. That makes money. If that's what putting diapers on your baby's booty, do it. And it ain't hurting nobody, do it. People willing to pay, do it. It's just not how I roll. I don't pay for information. I'm sorry. So I ain't gonna force you to do it. I live by do unto others as you would have them do unto you, right? You willing to pay for a course? You can charge for your course. I'm not willing to pay for a course, so I'm not gonna charge for no course. I'm gonna give you a free course, right? And then I will charge you for services that I do for you, right? And my brother, he told, man, you could charge for your information, because that's basically what he do. That's him, because he will pay for information. I'm not paying for information. I get it for free because I think like that's just how I think. It's just how. Maybe I might change my mind and do a course and be like, man, this is a really good course, and just whoever's willing to pay for it, they can pay for it. But then again, it's like, nah, I'm not going to do that. Because what I want to build is a product, right? And this product, this virtual product, is going to be it's gonna generate money on itself. Then I have a model already that as I work on this project, before it even starts generating money, that